The message arrived just past midnight. A picture. Her hand, delicately posed, holding a champagne glass. The caption beneath it, "Finally found someone who knows my worth." I stared at the glow of the screen until the bubbles in the photo blurred. The phone I'd bought her only 2 weeks earlier, the same phone she'd called basic, was in the reflection of the glass. My gift, my mistake. I didn't feel anger, not yet. Just a stillness that felt like frost spreading quietly under my skin. She'd told me earlier that day, after I replaced her cracked phone, that she didn't need a man unless he could replace everything she owned. I'd smiled and said, "Neither do I." She thought I was joking. I wasn't. The words had come out calm, effortless, like a closing door. And maybe, deep down, she'd heard it. Because that night, her messages slowed. Her calls stopped. Then came the picture. The kind that isn't meant to show happiness. It's meant to be seen. By me. So I looked. I studied. I memorized the way her lipstick caught the light. How her necklace, one I never bought, rested against her throat like a silent challenge. And for the first time, I felt something dangerous. Not rage. Something colder. A decision forming quietly behind my stillness. It started long before the picture. I just hadn't wanted to see it. The subtle glances at her phone. The laughter that stopped when I entered the room. The new perfume. Too expensive. Too deliberate. There's a kind of silence that only exists when someone's hiding something. It lingers between words, hangs behind smiles. Hers had become full of it. When I asked who she was texting one night, she laughed, brushed my question off, and said, "Relax, you're too serious." She always used that word, serious, like it was a flaw, as if commitment were a weakness. I began noticing details. A receipt from a high-end restaurant folded neatly in her purse. A name I didn't recognize. The same restaurant she once said was too expensive for us. Us. The word had started to feel like a costume she wore when it suited her. I never asked again. I simply stopped giving her the chance to lie. There's a kind of clarity that comes when the heart gives up trying to be understood. I found mine that week. And when she texted me asking for a new necklace she'd been dreaming about, I bought it. Not for her, not anymore. I spent the next few weeks in silence. Silence is a weapon when used correctly. I learned her patterns, the times she disappeared, the places she claimed to be. I didn't need to confront her. I only needed confirmation. Her phone location was synced to the one I'd bought her, a detail she'd forgotten. A gift that became surveillance. Every Thursday night, the signal stopped near the same address, a high-rise downtown, luxury apartments. I visited once, stood across the street, watched the lights from below. Her silhouette moved across the curtains, too close to another figure. It was enough. No confrontation, no scenes, just knowledge. Sharp, heavy, final. That weekend I met someone new. Pure coincidence, or maybe fate's dry humor. She was calm, grounded. She didn't ask for anything. She noticed everything. I told her nothing about the past. She didn't ask. But when I saw the necklace in the store window, the one I'd saved for a birthday that would never come, I thought of both of them. One who demanded, and one who never would. I bought it, wrapped it in silence. The truth arrived not in words, but in absence. She stopped posting for a while. Then came the reappearance. Cryptic quotes about fake people and loyalty. It was almost predictable. People like her always rewrite the story when they lose control of the narrative. One afternoon I received a message. No greeting, no apology. Just, "You've changed." I replied simply, "Yes." She called minutes later. I let it ring. Weeks later, she saw us in person. It wasn't planned. Fate has its own sense of timing. I was leaving a gallery opening downtown. She was arriving, arm-linked with someone new. Her laugh too loud, her smile too wide. Then she saw it. The necklace. Her laughter stopped mid-breath. Her eyes darted from the necklace to my face, then to the woman beside me, smiling, unbothered. Her expression shifted. Confusion first, then realization, then something darker. Loss, maybe, or the awareness that she'd been replaced in every way that mattered. I didn't stop, didn't speak, just offered a polite nod, the kind reserved for strangers, and walked past her. Her voice cracked behind me. "You really did it, didn't you?" I didn't turn around. "Neither do I," said quietly. It was the same line as before, but this time, she understood. I don't think about her much anymore. Sometimes, when I see the reflection of city lights on glass, I remember that photo. The champagne, the caption, the arrogance disguised as confidence. She taught me something, not about love, but about value. How easily people confuse affection with possession. How quickly they forget the hands that held them steady when they had nothing to offer in return. The woman beside me now doesn't wear the necklace for what it's worth. She wears it because it means nothing. That's what freedom looks like, when nothing has to mean everything. I used to believe closure came from confrontation. It doesn't. It comes from indifference. And the night she saw me walking away, her reflection flickering in the glass door behind me, was the moment I finally understood what peace really sounds like. Silence. The kind you don't need to explain.